Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Network Merchandise Shop. Pick up your logo merchandise by heading over to abvnetwork.com, clicking on Shop, and start filling your basket today. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for something for yourself, a customized gift, or logoed items for your business gift shop, the Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. That's the number 2 in the Bar to Go. Don't forget our friends at Neely Family Distillery now ship their unique distilled spirits directly to you. To order yours, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we're going to complete a bracket challenge to answer the question, what is your favorite bourbon? My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Jen Fosnot, Kathy Cool, and Tim Spyatt.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, everybody.
Good. This is a follow-up to the show 2 days ago where we were talking about what our favorite bourbon is and how we should answer that question. And now this one is kind of more along the lines of someone's holding your feet to the fire and they're saying, what's the best bourbon that's out there? I've narrowed it down to 8. And again, you may even have some that are outside of that, but we got to live with the 8 that have been selected, and we're going to narrow it down to 1. And then it's the standard network answer. So, that now you've got a way out and you can just say, well, the network tells me to say this. So, but we'll get to that after the break. For right now, McNew said there's something she wanted to talk about. What is that, McNew?
Yeah, so this question stems from a post that Mandy Kaplan posted literally weeks ago at this point.
Okay.
And it was, what was your almost name? Whether you were going to be a different gender or you just showed up and didn't look like what your parents thought you were going to be. What was your almost name?
Oh, I forget.
I have one.
I'm old enough, where they, so they didn't necessarily know. So, but yeah, go ahead, Kathy. What's yours?
Okay. So my parents, there are 3 girls, and we all have the same initials. So we all have a name that first name starts with K, second name starts with L, but I was second, and I was born on February 9th. So my mom wanted to name me Valerie for Valentine's Day.
Oh, cute.
But they went with Catherine.
I think they did you a solid there. So
yeah,
your life would be very different as Valerie.
Yeah. I'd like to go by Catherine, but it's become KK, which works very well for me.
You're a good Valerie. KK. I like KK because I had a grandma named Catherine, and I didn't love her, but you're a good KK. I like this Kathy.
KK. I never call her Catherine to begin with, though. It's either Kathy or KK.
It was always Kathy.
Right? Yeah, it was never
Catherine.
Yeah.
No Catherine. I don't actually know. My mom has told me that before. They did have a girl's name. Again, I was born for a time before the whatever the sonograms or whatever it is that they do, and had no idea. So parents would have a boy name and a girl name, and then just they'd find out when everyone else did. But I don't. But my mom told me, but I don't remember. I'm sorry. We could call her. We could call her, but
it's late. She might not answer us right now.
I'm right there with Steve. I have zero idea. I've never been told anything about an alternate name they had planned for me.
Mm-hmm.
They probably had one, Jim, but yeah.
It was never discussed. And, same thing. They didn't have a boy or girl. I mean, I was born breech, so maybe it's ass because I was coming out back end first. I don't know.
Donkey.
Jim was difficult from birth, even. So that gives you an idea where he stands. Okay.
Yep.
All right, Tim, what was yours? Kim? Was it Kim?
Give me a moment. I'm calling a friend. I'm calling mom.
Oh, he's phoning a friend.
He is calling mom. Okay.
I bet you it
was going to be Kim Swyatt.
Tim's doing the assignment.
What were you going to name me when I was born if I was a girl?
Tim. It was still going to be Tim. Yeah, it was going to be
saying,
Tim.
why are you calling me when I'm asleep?
Leave me alone.
Father doesn't know. He picked up. All right, that's all right.
Of course, Dad doesn't know. I liked when we asked Bronner how old his son was, and he had no idea. I don't know. How would I know that? His wife was there, and I mean, she just started yelling at him. That's your son. How do you not know? So great. And Bronner. Hi. Bronner's someone's dad. He's got 2 kids. So amazing to think about.
I bet he did not name them.
No, hell no. His wife's a
It's
saint.
going to be a Tommy. So I know mom had a Tommy at some point in time. And I'm like, is that like an ex-boyfriend?
You know, Bo Cumberland's first name is Tommy. It's not Thomas or anything. His name is Tommy Cumberland. And then Bo is a nickname. It's not his name at all.
What is
Tommy.
his middle name? How do you give a middle name to Tommy?
I think it's just Tommy. It's just
It's
Tommy
gotta be
Cumberland.
Lee. Tommy Lee.
No, it's just Tommy.
Tim,
Tommy.
Tim just wiped his head when he got off the phone. What happened, Tim?
I was either going to be Carolyn or Karen.
That actually would work better than Tim, I think. I think you should go by one of those two.
Karen is an unfortunate name to have right now, but I will say that is my younger sister. So we
There you
had
go.
Chris
How's she liking it these
and
days?
Karen.
So
Oh, she loves it.
she loves the fact that it's the standard for ignorance
yeah.
and yeah.
She's like this sarcastic, bitter retail worker
So she has
that is just going to
feels it.
throw
She
it
gets
right
it.
back at him. Yeah.
Good for her.
she's- Yeah.
All right. McNew, you asked the question. What's your answer?
Oh yeah, I am forever thankful I was a girl. Because my dad was real into westerns, still into westerns, was a big fan of Charles Bronson, apparently some cowboy guy. I was gonna be Bronson Kyle if I were a boy.
Bronson. Yeah,
Wait,
there you
That's
go.
a fucking terrible name. Why would you do that to a child?
That's such a.
So-
that's
Hey, why
such
did
a
he give up on that
proper
dream?
name.
Why did he give up on that dream when your brother
I
was
think because
born?
my mom very much told him it was terrible. So I got named Stephanie because his name's Steve. So I was named after him.
Ah.
But my brother came around and they wanted to name him after my grandfather that was dying. So that became my brother's middle name. My brother actually has 2 middle names. But my mom was like, you're not going to name my baby after a dead guy. So she stuck Eric in front of it. So
Yeah.
But you
So
can
my
name
brother's
him
here.
after a dying guy.
yeah, my mom was not here for that. But my brother does have 2 middle names after a dying guy.
That's cool.
No,
But
I don't like
Bronson-
people who have 2 middle
Bronson-
names. You need to have 3 names. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, my brother
Royce,
has a double middle name, and I barely
Royce is
got a
David
middle
Robert
name.
Royce Neely. Well, so
That's awesome.
it's his third name. He goes literally by it was third in line. And,
Yeah,
I
but
got a
you picked
buddy-
the best one.
I have a buddy growing up. His name was Raymond Oscar Bodmer, and he went by his acronym Rob.
yeah,
Good for him.
That's good at
He
least.
chose best. He chose best. His parents fucked up. He did good.
Yeah.
No, my middle name is
It's like
Joe, which is literally a sound. That's not a name. That's a sound. And my brother got 2 whole middle names and a first name. I'm like, I've been mad.
What's
my
your
whole
middle
life.
name, McNew?
Joe.
Oh, to me, Joe is something else. So
I think that is a fucking noise. I don't think that's a name. I've been mad about it forever.
I don't
That's
think
my
it's a
whole-
noise. I think it's something else. Yeah,
No.
Yeah.
But no, I
Wait,
hate
what
it.
is it, Steve? What's a joke?
I don't know. I don't know.
You can say it. I don't like it either. I think it's terrible.
Joe McNew.
Stephanie Joe McNew. And my
Joe
brother
McNew.
got Eric Raymond Keith. He got 3 whole names. I got a name and a noise. Like, I don't like it. It's terrible.
What? It's not a noise. What noise are you going to make it with Joe?
It's not a name. Names have 2 syllables.
No, they don't.
My name's Jim. Thanks.
Tim is
I'm
a good
Steve.
name. I think
Tim
Tim
and
is a great
Steve.
name. I think
Jim.
Bob is a great
Hugh.
name.
Well,
I
we
don't
could-
think Joe is a
It's a
good name.
noise.
When I lived in Texas, I had 2 syllables. Be hey Jim.
Jim.
Tim, Bob, good names. Joe, not a great name. It's a noise. I don't like it. Don't like it.
Skip,
Oh.
Al. No,
No, how are
Hugh's a
you going to
noise.
give me a
Feel bad for
3-syllable first name and a 1-syllable middle name? That's stupid. They didn't think about it.
Hmm.
They didn't think about it. But I'm glad that I'm not Bronson, so I'm at least grateful for that. Fucking Bronson. How do you go through life being Bronson?
Bronson.
You're
Yeah.
either a criminal or a lawyer. I wasn't going to be a lawyer. That's be a fucking criminal. What do you do like you're a
To
Bronson?
be on a different side of the last meals and bottle
Yeah,
kills,
sure.
wouldn't ya?
You'd be featured.
That.
All right. Well, it is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Tim. He looks like he's ready to go. What do you got there?
I am drinking a local distillery here, Copper Fiddle. This is their second single barrel release of their bourbon.
Congratulations, Tim. No noise at all.
None.
Wonderful.
That's a specialty. Yeah, that's a specialty you've got there. All right.
nailed down.
We may start skipping Tim. Why waste the time? This airtime is expensive. We can't be wasting it on Tim. All right, McNew, what do you got?
I have a Knob Creek 25th anniversary.
Oh. No. Horrible, barely audible, but I guess it's enough. And it could be me. I don't have much here. I got Still 630, their 2021, Rally Point Rye, the limited edition one. Let's see what we got. It's enough to take the lead.
I heard that.
Enough to take the lead. So yeah, what do you got there, Jim?
I got a new bottle of Wilderness Trail, so.
Oh, I love that.
I don't know how the cork pops are on them, so we'll see.
Oh, Jim!
Whoa! That's
How you told me they didn't have cork pops? She's like, go open my new Yellowstone bottle. The Wilderness Trail doesn't have good cork pops. Beat that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Kathy,
That's good.
between Jim and Victory, what do you got?
So I have a new bottle, and I'm really excited because I've never had this before. It is Widow Jane.
Okay,
It's
I like
the
that.
whiskey distilled from the rye mash, oak and applewood aged.
They've got good cork pops too, Widow Jane. So
Yeah.
you could
We're
still
gonna
win this
see.
thing. Yeah.
We're gonna see. Ooh, that's hard.
No, not
Ooh.
enough. Not enough.
It was crispy, though. I liked it.
It was good. It was good, but Jim's was great. So
I
Jim
feel like
wins
mine
that
was a
thing.
little applewood aged.
Yeah. Not enough to win it. So cheers, gang.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Blink.
All right, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to determine what is our favorite bourbon via bracket challenge. We'll do that in just a few. Hello, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, and I'm excited to announce a brand new partnership with Leatherwood Distillery in Pleasant View, Tennessee. Many of you have perhaps heard of Leatherwood via our co-host on the Bourbon Daily, Kaylee Baker, who works there. Well, they're now an official sponsor of the network, and we look forward to everyone getting to know a little bit more about them. Company founder Andrew Lang brought his brewing and distilling hobby with him during his years of service as a Green Beret in the United States Army. Whether he was at his home base of Fort Campbell or during tours of duty in places like Italy or Afghanistan, Lang distilled whatever was available to him locally. We are excited about getting to know Andrew Lang and his team better via our programming and are planning a trip down there for the ABV Network crew very soon. In the meantime, check them out at leatherwooddistillery.com, where they will ship bottles directly to you, including their special Remembering 9/11 series, which is raising money for military charities. Seriously, get out there, buy some bottles, help a good cause, and let us know what you think. We're really excited about this partnership. Hello, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, and let's talk for a moment about our sponsors, the people that make this show happen. First up is our friends at Moonshine University. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification at their office in Louisville. The information I learned through lead instructor Colin Blake and their team there is something that I continue to draw upon frequently in my role at the ABV Network. It truly is the standard of establishing a benchmark of knowledge of the bourbon industry. From history to production to brands and people, it's all there. Check out their full listing of programs, including Executive Bourbon Steward Certification, production classes if you're considering starting a distillery, and much more at moonshineuniversity.com. I also want to talk about Neely Family Distillery. Back in May of 2018, I met Royce Neely at Limestone Branch's Craft Bourbon Festival. It ended up not only being the start of a great friendship, I started to truly learn about what makes craft whiskey so amazing. You see, I had been a bourbon drinker for over 30 years at that point, and like many people who had been drinking bourbon a long time, I was hard-coded into thinking big bourbon was where it was at and craft was on a journey to get there. Spending time with Royce and learning the things he does to make his whiskey taste better started to really get me to appreciate how things like sweet mashing, open top fermentation, pot distillation, and the grains you are using not only makes your product taste better coming off the still, but also out of the barrel as well. I still love heritage brands and they make up a bulk of my collection. But when you find a craft distiller that is truly dedicated to the craft of distilling, you are drinking some of the best whiskey out there on the market today. That's exactly what's happening at Neely Family Distillery today. Check them out on the web at neelyfamilydistillery.com, or better yet, stop by and see them at their distillery in Sparta, Kentucky. And now, back to the show.
I'm Davey Waltz.
And I'm Adina.
And you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we have a bracket challenge to determine our favorite bourbon when the question is asked.
Yes, we are. So we're determining what a standard answer should be. So here's the 8 matchups. So we've got your favorite craft distillery. So just a generic thing. Whatever your favorite craft distillery is, that's what you answer. And I'm talking about you would personally say that. So, and I would probably, based on region, if I'm here in St. Louis, I'd be like, oh, Stumpy's is my favorite. Unless I'm near Still 630, I would say Still 630. And then or if I was near Woodhead, then I would say Woodhead. Gosh, you got to be careful. Those guys, listen. Oh, it's nasty. I hate when they get mad at me. Next up.
Adam Stump mad.
Yeah, Kathy's on his shit list. She'll never get to go there now. She's banned from Stumpy's, which he's the nicest guy in the world, but she's banned from there. Yeah.
Oh boy.
All right, George T Stag is next. Then it's Papi 20, then Papi 15, well represented here. Then we got William LaRue Weller, we got Booker's, we got Four Roses, which is the only one that's just generic, because there are people, they don't ever, if there's a Four Roses fan, they never say, I like the Four Roses Private Select, or I like the Four Roses Single Barrel. They just say, I like Four Roses. So we're allowing them to keep that, and you can just say Four Roses. And then finally, Blanton's. All right, so here's how they're going to be pitted against one another here. Round number 1 is going to be your favorite craft is going to take on Four Roses. Booker's will take on Papi 20. Blanton's will take on Papi 15. And then, this is an ugly one. A BTAC going up against one another. George T. Stag takes on William LaRue Weller. All right, round number 1. Up first is Kathy. Kathy, it's the answer would be your favorite craft. Of course, you'd be answering that versus Four Roses. What do you think?
Obviously, I have to go with, and my favorite craft would always be Stumpy's.
Okay. Even though you're permanently banned from there. Okay. She's trying to get back in. Yeah.
I am. I'm trying because they know I love them at Neely. So.
Yeah. All right. Tim, you're next. Your favorite craft or Four Roses? What do you think should be the answer to what your favorite bourbon is?
This one should be the final.
It's not bad, right?
Final, right off the bat, in my opinion. This should be for all of it. I think these two should be the favorite. This is a tough one. I'm going to go Four Roses.
That means Four Roses has tied it up. Jim, what do you think? Your favorite craft or Four Roses?
And just to clarify, it's 84 Roses. We're just lumping them all together.
Yeah, because that's how Four Roses fans act. They don't say, they never tell you one of them individually. They just say they like Four Roses.
Man, I love craft distilleries, but if you're going to give me any Four Roses, I got to go with Four Roses.
All right, that means Four Roses goes up 2-1. McNew, you're next. Your favorite craft or Four Roses?
I don't like this question because I have not been a fan of Four Roses for a long time until I had some certain selections and some certain barrel picks. But our friends at 859 Tap Room have some great Four Roses. So I'm going to send them there and tell them to get some picks and get some Four Roses.
That means Four Roses moves on, knocking off the craft industry. Ouch. All right, Booker's versus Papi 20, round number 2. Tim, you're first. What do you think the answer should be out of those two, Booker's or Papi 20?
20.
Papi 20 goes
right
up.
for it.
All right, 1-0. Jim, what do you think? Booker's or Papi 20?
I'm actually going with Booker's on this. I like, the Pappy's 20 is a little over oak to me. It's a little too old, so I'll go with Booker's.
Okay. McNew, what do you think? Booker's or Papi 20?
I want to give people a chance of what they can find. So Booker's.
Okay. I'll say this. My favorite luxury bourbon was Papi 20. And when I could find it, I used to be able to buy it for $80 a bottle. All I wanted. Famously, I counted 26 bottles on the shelf one time. But it's tough to find. Should I say that? Yeah, I'm going to stick to my roots. I'm going Papi 20, meaning it has tied up. So it's going to go to our tiebreaker, which is Kathy. Booker's or Papi 20? What should be our answer to that question?
This is tough. I think that I'm going to throw Booker's some love. I think they're a little bit more attainable.
Okay.
There's something you can tell someone, they might be able to find it, and they name them.
They name them. Okay. That means Booker's moves on. Next up is Blanton's versus Papi 15. Round number 3. Up first is Jim.
On this one, I'm going to kind of switch gears on this. I will go Papi 15. I think it's the best of the Papi's lineup. It's right in the sweet spot for me at 15-year age. I like Blanton's, but you're going to make me pick. I'll definitely take Papi 15.
All right, McNew.
I'm going to go Papi 15 as well. I feel like Blanton's got a little overrated.
Yeah. I'm also going to go Papi 15. It means Papi 15 moves on. All right, next up. Ooh, this one is as ugly as it gets in my mind. George T. Stag versus William LaRue Weller. What is your favorite out of those two? Round number 4. Up first is McNew.
WLW. That's my unicorn. I want that so bad.
That makes sense. You love those weeders. That is definitely the king of the weeders. No doubt about that. But that's not the direction I'm going to go. I'm going to go George T. Stag. I love that stuff. And, many years came in hazmat. It's just such a great story. Of course, George T. Stag, the man, lived in St. Louis for quite a bit. You got to love that. That's a tipping point right there. That's going to give me that vote. That means George T. Stag gets my vote and has tied it up. Kathy, you're next. George T. Stag or William LaRue Weller?
George T.
George T. goes up 2-1. Tim, what do you think?
I'm a weeder fan. I'm with you, McNew. That's the one bottle I try to find and can't get it. William LaRue Weller.
All right. That means it goes to Jim for the tiebreaker. George T. Stag or William LaRue Weller?
It's always my favorite in the lineup, and I got to pry it out of Heidi's hands whenever we get a bottle of it. So it's going to go George T. Stag.
George T. Stag moves on. All right, our final 4 looks like this. 4 Roses versus Booker's and Papi 15 versus George T. Stag. Round number 5, I am first. 4 Roses or Booker's? I think just in general. Throwing out the limited release, I like Booker's. Maybe single barrels that are picked by people, but just their general single barrel. I like Booker's better. I'm going to go Booker's here. Kathy, what do you think? 4 Roses or Booker's?
I'm going to tell you, anytime that we find those single barrels of 4 Roses.
Yes, if you play those in, that's huge. Those are huge.
Completely attainable, delicious. I'm going 4 Roses.
Okay. Question for you then. You just voted for them. When's the last time you found one of those?
I feel like they're okay.
Yeah, like 2 years ago. Like 2 years ago, they're very prevalent. I haven't got one in forever. I don't know when the last time I got a 4 Roses barrel pick. You can't find them anymore.
Single barrel.
Oh, just the regular single barrel? Okay.
Yeah, this is good stuff.
That's on the store shelf. I thought you meant
an OBSK. This is a single barrel from the Wine Merchant.
Oh,
okay.
When did you buy that though?
Oh, it's not old if it's on our shelf. Not on these shelves. If it's on this shelf, it's old.
It sounds like old enough you don't remember when you got it, so I'm going to say
I don't remember when we buy anything. You'd have to.
I think that's been a while ago. So there you go. They're just not available anymore.
Is old.
It's just not available. I don't. Yeah. I like 4 Roses.
I feel like we find it. We find it. I feel like we find it at some specific stores in St. Louis.
I don't. I'm in St. Louis too, and I don't see it. I haven't seen it. Just not out there. Used to be. Jim and I used to pick barrels from there. There are tons of barrels.
You can't change my vote.
Okay. It's sad. It's sad, but true. All right. Round 5. We're tied up here 1-1. 4 Roses versus Booker's. Tim, you're next.
I am 4 Roses. I think with the yeast strains, you can have some fun talking people through it. They have a better story behind it with somebody new to it. They can feel like they're educated more than having somebody pick it for them. And I just think it's more readily available.
All right, Jim, how about you? 4 Roses or Booker's?
I'm going to close this one out, and I'm going to go 4 Roses. I do love their single barrels. Favorite pick I've probably ever been on my life. What I did with you, Steve, there. And just some great bourbon coming out of there. So,
all right, round number 6. Kathy, you are first. Papi 15 or George T. Stag?
So I was at a wedding, and the groom was able to get a bottle of Papi 15 off a shelf and had it. And for people that he knew appreciated it, we got to try it. And I tried it, and it was the most effing delicious bourbon I've ever had.
There you go.
Papi 15.
Papi 15. Okay. All right. Tim, you're next. Papi 15 or George T. Stag? I mean, Kathy answered it wrong. Let's see how you do. All right.
It's absolutely Papi 23. Or 15. No, 15. I'm a weeder too. Give me that 15.
15 goes up 2-0. Jim, what do you think? Papi 15 or George T. Stag?
I'm going to assume on Team Steve here because George T. Stag is my favorite BTEC and favorite anything available year after year. It's consistently the best product that comes out of the market every year to me.
All right. That means George T. Stag has life, but it goes to McNew. A weeder by nature. Papi 15 or George T. Stag?
So I like to think what's most attainable. I'm going to go George T. Stag. Not this year, but previous years, George T. Stag.
George T. Stag. All right. That puts it into my lap. Oh, boy. Really got to think about this one. No. George T. Stag moves on. All right. George T. Stag is in the finals where it will take on Four Roses. That entire company. Round number 7. Tim, you're first. Four Roses or George T. Stag? He's up and he's on the move.
He's on mute and he's not paying attention.
Yeah. He's rolling around.
He's getting out a bottle of George T. Stag.
I'm
Brand new.
Attention. I'm going to go with JTS. That's from 2018. That's the 129.2 proof.
Nice.
That one is still sealed, waiting for the right occasion.
For me to show up there, I guess.
Yeah. Out of those two bourbons, those are the JTS is the winner on that one.
You should bring them to St. Louis with you.
Yeah.
I know. I hear you come to St. Louis. You should bring that
That'd
to
be
St.
great on the
Louis.
sidelines of a soccer game for kids. That'd be awesome.
That one sits in the back of the cabinet where the brother-in-law can't find it. So
smart move, right? All right, Jim, you're next. What do you think, George T. Stag or Papi 15? Or excuse me, or Four Roses? We're in the finals.
I was going to say, it's a no contest for me. As much as I love Four Roses and some great stuff, George T. Stag is year after year my favorite in the BTEC and probably favorite thing that comes out every year.
All right, McNew, George T. Stag's up 2-0 over Four Roses. What do you think?
GTS.
GTS is our champion. How about that? Woo! I didn't even have to vote.
You didn't even have to participate. That's a good day for him.
Exactly. The king of bourbon, George T. Stag. Looking forward to its return, its triumphant return next year. So that should be fun. All right. And all these people have been hating on it this year. Don't buy it next year. Just prove a point. Yeah. Prove a point. Don't buy it.
Stand your ground.
Teach Buffalo Trace a lesson. The only way they're going to learn is if you don't buy that, and just so they have just this glut. So it's just, oh man, then they'll learn a lesson. They'll be sad. So,
I think they should buy it all and then sell it at half price in the secondary market to show how much they really don't like it.
Exactly.
And all those posers are going to buy a case at a time.
Oh God, yes. They act yeah. They're so full of it. That's what I hate about all that stuff. Is they're like, oh, it's terrible. That's all. They'll be in line to get their change.
You're gonna get a good price.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my crotch shot.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Kathy, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
I'm on the Facebook machine at Kathy Cool.
Kathy Cool. All right. Tim, how about you?
Soon to be Metagram or Instagram at SwyGuy2112. And you can find me on the corporate and private events page at abvnetwork.com.
All right. Fair enough. Jim, how about you?
You can find me on Facebook at Jim Fazant or on Instagram at FazJim, FAZZJIM.
All right. McNew.
I am on Instagram at McNew ABV.
All right. For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out because everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more. The store. Maybe you want to invest in our movie. That's out there too. So check us out at abvnetwork.com. Anything else to say before we get out of here, McNew?
I'd like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
All right, great job today, gang. Fardians will have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's chat for a moment about Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you just want to experiment on a small scale on the stove in your kitchen or try your hand at a bigger setup in the backyard, Moonshine Still Pro can help. They have different still offerings as well as accessories and even grains from Goldstone Mill to help you make whiskey on par with what you get from your favorite distillery. They can even assist with a DIY still project by supplying some of the parts you can't make yourself. Check them out at moonshinestillpro.com. At the ABV Network, we're lucky enough to have some great friends. Amongst those friends is the Goldstein family, owners of Goldstone Mill. Goldstone Mill is a full-service mill offering a variety of heritage and heirloom grains. Their unique approach of working with mills around the country allows them to offer you affordable shipping opportunities to meet the unique needs of your distillery or brewery. They will consult with you to ensure the grains you are selecting meets the unique flavor profiles you are looking for. If you are a home brewer or distiller and you're looking for the grains that your local distillery or brewery uses, Goldstone Mill is the place to look. Check them out on the web at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or shoot them an email at hello@goldstonemill.com.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.